Hi there, it's Vera here. Welcome to my Facebook page at Tech Hacks. For this video and more videos, visit my Facebook page at Tech Hacks. Today's video is all going to be about Google Meet, how to share not just your screen with your students, but how to also use a homemade or do-it-yourself document camera on Google Meet so that you can share your reading stories or your notes with your students while also seeing them. So let's start. First thing, you need to go into your Google Classroom. In your Google Classroom, when you want to share a Meet code, you need to go into Settings. Under General, there is now going to be a Meet Classroom. So it gives you a new code. So again, I would suggest to always reset this code after every meet so that students cannot rejoin and join. So every time you want to have a new meet with your students, click reset. It's going to create a new code each time. You also want to make it visible to students, but I suggest making it visible to students only a couple of minutes before you're actually going to go live. So I would suggest going into the Meet first, and then maybe 5 minutes before the time you scheduled, open the Google Meet to the students and click Save. I also actually suggest copying the link just in case. Click Save. You'll notice that on your banner, the Meet code now appears on the top. I would also suggest to share the Meet code 5 minutes before on your stream. Here is our Meet code. Join. So this way your students will know and it's going to appear and then they can join in. There's also what you can do is you can create a nickname for your Meet code. So it's going to ask you, what do you want to name your code? And you can also actually just share that nickname with your students instead. So maybe, you want the nickname to be your last name, and then you're going to share that with your students. That way they can join through your last name when they click on it. So once we click on the code, it's going to take us into it's going to take us into the view, and students are going to start entering through your Meet code, and you're going to see them. There's multiple ways where you can actually change the settings. So if you click on those three dots and you click on settings, you're also going to see here change layout. So you can change the way you want to see the students. So do you want to see them titled? Do you want just yourself? Do you want a sidebar? So again, you have many options here. Google Meet is also currently experimenting with new layouts. So in May, they're going to come up with new solutions so that you could see all of your students at once. So watch out for these updates as well. So once you're here, you have the option to click Present Now. When you're doing that, it's going to ask, do you want to present your screen or just a window? So I would suggest clicking your entire screen. That way, when you click on multiple tabs, your students can see where you're going. If you don't want your students to see multiple tabs and you just want them to show them one particular window, then you're going to select Window. I'm going to select my entire screen right now, and it comes up to this. Do you want the students to see your entire screen? You click on it, and then you click Share, and that means everyone will now see every single window that I will be presenting with. The problem is, as soon as you go out, you don't see your students anymore. And we don't know what our students are doing. We don't know if they're on their phone or if they're chatting with each other. So in order to prevent that, there's actual extensions. So there's multiple extensions that do the same thing. There's one that's called Tab Scissors, or you can even choose the one below it, Scissors and Glue Tab. What this does, so it's going to split my screen. So now I can make my screen that I'm sharing with my students, maybe in my Google Classroom, I'm instructing them on how to create or how to turn in an assignment or what it is, show them on my screen. But I can also see my students and myself in the other screen. If you don't have that extension, it's not going to work, so make sure you get those scissor extensions. So again, there's multiple extensions. That's just one extension that I suggest that works for me. So now you can see I have both my screen that I'm sharing, and also I would be able to see my students. Next, what if you want to show your students a reading book, or maybe you want to write something? How do you do that? Well, connect with another device. If you have a cell phone or any tablet, connect with that tablet through the same meeting code that you gave your students. So here right now, I connected with my phone, and I turned on the presenter to be myself from my cell phone rather than from my computer. Because what I want to do from my cell phone is I'm going to use it like a dock camera. So I have it right now set up on a small tripod that I bought on Amazon. I can share the link with the video below. And now I can use my cell phone as a document camera so that the students can follow me while I read to them. So here's a book that I have for my students so they can see the pictures, they can follow along with me, so I can read to them. It was a sunny day and Mr. Porter was visiting Farmer Yummy to get some carrots for his market. I can even open the pictures. I can show, what is the bunny eating? So I can fully interact with my students. Or maybe a note with your students. You can put a white piece of paper and start writing. Hello. Students. You can see this is working very similar to a document camera. And now if you have any of your notes, you can now actually project them this way. And then you can switch back to yourself. So here I am again. And that way you can see your students, you can see when you're sharing your screen, and you have a document camera. I hope this video was helpful. For this video and more videos, visit my Facebook page, EdTech Hacks. Thank you.